YouTube fam, good morning.
Good morning to YouTube. Hello, YouTube. This episode of Business Express, of course, brought to you by Stanbic IBTC. Olufemi, guys, good morning to YouTube.
Good morning, Rotus. Happy to be here.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, indeed.
Business Express on Smooth 98.1 in association with Stanbic IBTC. Stanbic IBTC. It can be.
Good morning, Lagos. Welcome to Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. It's time for Business Express 981, where we take you through, of course, all that you need to know in the world of business. Of course, today's segment is brought to you by Stanbic IBTC, and Rotus is here with us this morning, as always, to lead us through conversations. Plus, we have a very special guest this morning, but I'll let Rotus do us the honor of introducing this person to us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Baker19. Good to be with you, Kayode. Good to be with our listeners, viewers on YouTube. Yes, and we have, of course, Olufemi Oyekola, the head FMCG, Power Infrastructure, Global Market Sales at Stanbic IBTC. Olufemi, good morning to you. Good to have you.
Good morning, Rotus. Good morning, listeners. I'm happy to be here too.
Good morning, Olufemi. Guys, you can
morning,
Yes, good morning. You can be a part of our conversation this morning by reaching out to us on WhatsApp. Please send your messages to 0809-444-0981. Also, you can reach out to us on YouTube. We're streaming live. It's youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos.
Yes, indeed. So look, Stanbic's got a lot of clients out there. Olufemi is dealing with FMCG, power infrastructure. I wanted to get a window into some of the assistance that they need in day-to-day operations. So I wanted to get an insight in today. And Olufemi, so maybe you can help us out. What kind of assistance do your clients in those sectors seek from you on a daily basis?
Okay, thank you, Kayode. We have seen requests from clients bordering on their FX needs, bordering on how to structure their interest payments and their trade cycles. A lot of these customers import equipment that are not manufactured here, from meters, from solar power systems, batteries, and the likes. And then in the FMCG sectors, number of the inputs into the manufacturing raw materials are not manufactured locally here. So they always have a need to bring them from abroad. And then so to do that, they will require FX for the importation, and then we come handy here in supporting them.
You can imagine how much things would cost less if Nigeria was manufacturing all this equipment here within our border. So can you give an example of, I guess, the Forex scenarios that they need help with?
Okay, let's start with those that are importing a number of their inputs, raw material, equipment, and all of that. So the local regulation requires that they establish a FOMEM to track physical importation of goods. Aside from that, they also have need to make payments for services, intangible goods, like royalty, dividend remittances, technical services, which support that they get from external party. So their demands are enormous in terms of paying for physical goods as well as services. I don't know if that gives you the idea.
It does. It really does. It gives a very good idea.
Let me ask you this. After all this is put in place, there's going to be some type of interest rate that will be in place, right? So what about the interest rates? What kind of interest rates or the hurdles, what challenges do they face? I'm talking about, the people that need the FX.
Okay. Let me start with those who have parental support abroad. Maybe I want to say life might be a bit easier for them because they're then able to draw on the intercompany facility and then the lender will have an understanding that primary objective is to support their going concern in Nigeria and may not be as stringent as you will see for the local corporates who borrow from banks. And then they borrow, say, for argument's sake, in floating rates, and then rates are escalating. And they have concerns around how to mitigate increasing rates under the borrowing circumstances. So they come to us and we're able to swap those floating rates to fixed, for example. And there are a whole lot of other interest rate swap structures that we offer them.
Great, thank you for that.
Well, what kind of solutions? So back to foreign exchange. Well, what kind of solutions do you offer when it comes to Forex?
Okay, so we offer them FX and the spot market where we make the FX available almost immediately within 2 days. We also find solutions where the FX is not available readily, but we sell them a forward FX, which is deliverable in the future. And we've seen that for those international who have parental support, whilst drawing on the intercompany loan, the flows come in, and we provided solutions such that enables them to be able to use the same inflow for their FX requirement by simply meeting the regulatory requirements of issuing CCI, and thereafter the FX is made available back to the corporates so that they can use that in concluding their trade requirements.
Great stuff. Now, CCI, just for our listeners, our viewers, that's Certificate of Capital Importation.
Of capital importation. Apologies that I was using that.
No
You're
problem.
right.
All right. Okay, so what are the solutions for interest rates? Can you recap that again for us?
Okay, I give an example where the customer has floating rate.
Okay, Olufemi, it seems like your connection is a little bit, shaky.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Please go on.
Okay, so I was saying that for customers, depending on what
I think we might be having some challenge with the connection from Olufemi's end.
In terms of the loan, typically you see having a floating rate. So in this way, we offer them for floating.
Yeah, a bit of a connection issue there, but I think what he was saying is that for clients, what Stanbic is offering for clients that have floating rate structures, where you don't have a fixed interest rate on whatever facility that you have, they then step in and provide something that's fixed. And I think when you're a company who is dealing with a floating rates versus something that is fixed, you prefer the fixed because that's more, I guess, gives you a better guide as to what your interest expense is going to be over the tenure of your loan facility. So I guess Stanbic is being an intermediary that's popping in there in that space in order to assist these clients. And Kayode, when you think about
Speaking of intermediary, we've got a question, and I think we should just put this out there just before Olufemi comes back in. Says, good morning, crew. Is it possible for one to invest in U.S. Treasury bills while one is residing here in Nigeria? We'd like to know if we have brokers here that can make that happen too. And this is a message from Ben.
Yeah, Ben, Stanbic is who you want to talk to. You definitely, I think the email is callme@stanbicibtc.com. I think that is the email to send a message to. I'll verify that. But yeah, I think it is. So you send an email to callme at Stanbic IBTC. Yes, call me at Stanbic IBTC and send an email, say, hey, I'm interested in investing in US Treasury bills, and they will provide you with options in order to be able to do that? Because as a Nigerian, we went through inflation figures yesterday, 15.6% inflation for January, food inflation 17.3 or so. I mean, double rates. You're gonna need to have a diversified portfolio that can give you returns that can, protect your investment. So Stanbic, you definitely want to talk to them about that. All right, we got Femi back. Femi's back.
Femi, welcome back.
Yeah, apologies for the network issues.
No problem.
All right, so thank you. You want to recap your interest solutions for your clients?
Okay, I started by saying that where they have a floating rate interest, where it could move as rates are escalating in the market, we're able to provide the edge solution for them, wherein we swap that floating for a fixed rate, and that yields a lot of cost savings.
Fantastic. How would you describe the foreign exchange market for businesses, Olufemi?
Wow. I would simply say in a word that it's been tough, especially after 2019 when COVID started. And we've seen that developing into a situation where a lot of workaround has come up. Cases where customers, that window doesn't provide everything they require. So they still come to IEFX market, which is not so liquid, especially when we stop seeing flows from the portfolio investors who have simply moved on to other clients and all of that. But within the system, we still have a pocket of people having FX and needing Naira solutions selling to banks. So banks have been very supportive, providing FX to the customer, but it can be better than the current experience.
All right.
What about interest rates? What about the interest rate environment?
Well, we are in an increasing interest rate environment where customers borrow higher. So a concern for them would be, if it keeps escalating, how do we save costs? How do we not get bankrupt by not being able to meet our obligations? So, like I said earlier on, Stanbic provides an interest rate swap solutions for them to minimize the potential loss.
And do you get more requests from domestic or international clients? What's the mix like?
Oh, presently, we see more from the domestic clients. Proud to now, CBN has been, and they still continue to intervene by selling to the international clients and some clients as well, in order to help them reduce their obligation. But at the moment, we see more demand from local clients.
All right. And as far as I know it's a pre-election year, how is there pullback from requests from clients when we get closer to elections? They don't take a wait and see approach before things settle down and they come back. How do you see that behavior being modified by the election period?
Well, it's expected that when you are going into an election year surrounded by uncertainties, a right-thinking person should be mindful and then be concerned around who is coming in, what the person's antecedents around market development and the rest. And then you would want to wait and see who comes in and what policy the person is likely to bring in. So you would definitely slow down, but not shutting down business completely.
Okay. I guess Kayode, can we squeeze in one more question?
Yes, we can. Just one more question.
All right, one more question for Olufemi. Olufemi, so how would you describe the business environment for 2022? What do you think? Look into your crystal ball for us?
Well, the market is evolving. We will continue to see challenges around market factors, but as a going concern, you would then see people who have invested a lot of money not sit back and allow their money to slide. So as the challenges come, solutions would come out of necessity as well. So I see 2022 being, yes, full with challenges, but not out of solutions.
Good stuff. Olufemi Oyekola, Head FMCG, Power Infrastructure, Global Market Sales at Stanbic IBTC. Very illuminating conversation this morning on how banks like Stanbic are necessary intermediaries for businesses that need to modify FX needs and interest rates and so on. Great conversation. Thank you, Olufemi.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Rotus, as
Rotus.
well.
Thank you,
And
Kayode.
thank you, Olufemi. Lagos, there's more to come. Okay, so that's been our show for Business Express. Like I mentioned, there's more to come in a few more minutes. It's going to be time for Freshly Pressed 981, where you get to, also add in your 2 cents to our conversations. And then, of course, that leads us nicely into Lagos Talks 981. So please stay with us.